Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Ellis, and I'm 16 years old and a junior in high school. So I'm going to give a little bit of backstory into my battle with my health, and then go into how it relates to resilience and how Lakeside Institute has impacted it. I have a genetic condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS. It is a condition that affects the collagen, which is a protein in your body. To give a little bit of insight, collagen amounts to anywhere between 25 and 35% of the proteins in your body. It is basically the glue that holds your entire body together, and mine's faulty, which can cause a laundry list of issues that I will explain some of later. From a very young age, I dealt with symptoms associated with EDS, some of these being extreme growing pains, headaches, and skin issues. Things that a normal kid wouldn't have to deal with, or at least to the same extent that I had. Me being one of 7 kids, my counselors and doctors often just said that the pain wasn't there. She believed that I was looking for attention and didn't look far into it, because a lot of kids do have pain for attention when they're in the situation with as many kids as there were around me. As I got older, I struggled with many new issues. I would get sick more often than not, and we were never able to figure out why. I missed a lot of school as a kid because I would get sick, and we couldn't explain why, we couldn't figure out why, but it was very obvious that it was a real pain, and I couldn't do anything about it. I started looking for answers when I was going into 7th grade. I was dealing with a lot of pain in my legs and feet. I saw many different doctors and got quite a few different diagnoses without any real answers. I was diagnosed with things like plantar fasciitis, which is a foot problem, and tendinitis, which again is something in the legs and feet. When that's not really what was going on, but it was the easiest connection we could make. In the last couple of years, my mom started to find doctors that could give some real answers. Due to this, we were able to push for the same for me, and I was diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome on February 4th of 2020. I thought that once I knew what it was, that everything was going to get better. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't really work like that. Getting the diagnosis was a roller coaster of emotions. On one hand, we finally had answers and knew what was going on, but on the other hand, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. This battle is a battle that I have fought and am still fighting every day of my life. I deal with muscle pains, dislocations, migraines, joint pain, heat and photosensitivity, which is basically allergic to the sun, dizziness, fatigue, and much more. So yeah, every day is definitely a fight, but it's completely worth it. Now, saying all of this, Lakeside Institute has played a big role in it. My first year at Lakeside, I was honestly really nervous. My health is a lot worse in the summer due to the sun allergy, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to handle a week-long camp. At the time, we didn't know what was wrong with me or what we could do to help, so life was definitely quite a struggle. My dad was on staff that year, so we had to be at camp early for setup. From the moment I got to camp, although for a little while I was still nervous, it wasn't like before. I felt so welcome and accepted for who I was, and it didn't matter what I was going through. After what I felt at camp, not only my first year, but then again my second year, I wasn't as insecure about my issues. I knew that I had people who loved and would stick with me no matter what. When I finally got my diagnosis in February, although at first I didn't know how to feel, I quickly realized that the label didn't matter. I knew with confidence that the people in my life had my back, no matter what it was that was causing the issues that I've dealt with all my life. With this year's topic being resilience, I wanted to talk about this because I like to say that I am a pretty resilient person, but Lakeside has definitely made it a lot easier to be. This is just one of the cases that Lakeside has helped me be resilient in a really hard situation. I know that I would not be as strong as I am today if it wasn't for the amazing leaders and camp members at Lakeside Institute. So, yeah, I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for the leaders and the members at camp. I would definitely not be as open about my health and what I've gone through my entire life if it wasn't for those people. And I can't thank you enough.